Hi, I'm Miss Margie, and I'm a teacher in the... Do you remember what class I teach in? I'll give you a hint. I'm wearing green. And that's right, the Fantastic Frogs class. And now I'd like to read you a book about fantastic frogs. Why don't you come a little bit closer and we'll take a look. Fantastic Frogs by Ray Robinson and Jean Cassels. Let's take a look. Leaping over streams and logs, hip-hop, flip-flop, flip-flop frogs. Short, squat bodies, bulging eyes, tiny frogs, or football size. Maybe all the frogs you've seen are brown like bark or leafy green. But in the jungles far away, frogs put on a great display. Green or turquoise poured on black, frogs with paintings on their backs. Sure does look like that's just paint on their back, doesn't it? Look at it. Looks like someone painted them. Racing stripes and bold pink bellies. Bright red frogs like berry jelly. Wow, that's a bright red frog. Frogs like sunshine glowing bright, others blue and black as night. Chins blow out like round balloons, helping males sing froggy tunes. Eggs in gobs or eggs in rows. Inside each egg, a tadpole grows. Tadpoles hatching from their eggs, they swim like fish, they have no legs. Back legs, front legs start to sprout. Soon a little froglet hops about. You see that? He still has his tail. Frogs that climb and frogs that swim. Frogs that fly and frogs that grin. Can you see his smile right there? It's a little hard to see, but he sure looks like he's smiling. Bugs for lunch are very nice, but big-mouth frogs might dine on mice. Wow. Bathing in the sun for hours, peering out of little flowers. Eyes with hoods and droopy folds, eyes like fire, eyes like gold. Look at their eyes. Oh, wow. Silly frogs in funny poses, lumpy frogs with big, long noses. Leaping over streams and logs, hip-hop, flip-flop, flip-flop frogs. Ooh, look at this. These are all the pictures of the frogs. Wow. There's a poison dart frog, another poison dart frog, another. Ooh, that was that big, bright red frog that we saw. There's a blue poison frog. There's the froglet. Remember he still had his tail? Boy, I sure liked reading that book to you. And I really like learning about frogs. And so I read a few other books about frogs, and I learned some things that I wanted to share with you. So frogs have long, sticky tongues, and they use that to catch their prey for their food. And God made frogs in many different colors and many different sizes. Little teeny tiny frogs and great big frogs. And all different colors. Now, I also learned that frogs, they don't drink water the same way that you and I drink water. Like when I'm thirsty, I just drink a glass of water. But frogs don't do that. Frogs absorb water through their skin. That means they get water into their body through their skin. And they have a patch, it's called a drinking patch on their belly, and that's how the water gets into their body. It goes right through their skin, and then the water's in their body. Now, frogs, do you remember we saw that picture in this book? Remember that one picture? Do you see how sometimes the frogs lay their eggs like this, and sometimes they're in a line? That looks like a chain. And I was interested about that, and I found out that frogs lay their eggs like this in a big group, but toads lay their eggs in a line. That's one thing that's different between toads and frogs. Now, another thing that's different is that frogs, when they move around, they usually hop. Right? They hop over here, they hop over there. But toads usually walk or kind of crawl. But if they're excited, then they hop. Now the other thing about frogs and toads, frogs, their skin is usually kind of like a little slimy or wet and smooth. And toads, they have skin that's dry and it's bumpy. It's bumps all over it. Now I sure had a lot of fun talking with you today, and I hope you liked learning about fantastic frogs.